Caleb and his cousin Eliza were eager to dive into their favorite board game, Eternal Quest. The game was famous for its intricate rules and the mysterious charm of its centerpiece, a small, ancient figurine called the Timekeeper. Caleb, ever the strategist, was already plotting his moves as Eliza got up to fetch snacks. "Let's decide the order now," Caleb said, his fingers twitching over the game pieces. "Fine, you go second," Eliza replied absent-mindedly as she walked to the kitchen. The moment she left, Caleb's mischievous side kicked in. He carefully reordered the cards, stacking the powerful ones for himself. Satisfied, he chose his favorite piece, the ominous Timekeeper, with its glassy eyes that seemed to follow him. Eliza returned, and they began. Predictably, Caleb's turns were stellar. Every card he drew propelled him forward, while Eliza's cards dragged her back. By the third round, her brow furrowed. "Something's not right," she said, glaring at the deck. "Did you rig this?" "What? No way!" Caleb lied, clutching the Timekeeper. "Prove it," she demanded. Cornered, Caleb reluctantly agreed to switch turn orders. Now, Eliza started drawing the good cards, her piece swiftly overtaking Caleb's. When she finally won, Caleb's temper exploded. "I want a rematch," he bellowed, slamming the table. "No way," Eliza said coolly, "not with a cheater." Caleb's face burned with anger. Cheater? Loser? He wasn't either of those things. Gripping the Timekeeper, he yelled, "One more game!" Suddenly, the Timekeeper grew scalding hot, and Caleb heard a chilling whisper. "One more game." The room spun, and when his vision cleared, Caleb found himself at the start of the game. Eliza was heading to the kitchen. Just as before, his hands, as if possessed, reordered the cards. The game restarted, and the first few rounds played out exactly the same. Caleb won, but as he began to celebrate, the board reset again. Eliza walked to the kitchen. Caleb reordered the cards. The game restarted. Over and over, the cycle repeated. At first, Caleb relished his endless victories. But soon, the thrill turned to dread. No matter what he did, the game reset. Worse, Eliza seemed unaware of the loop, her actions identical every time. When Caleb tried to skip his turn, his hand moved of its own accord, compelled by the whispering figurine. "One more game," the voice repeated, a sinister edge to its tone. As the loop stretched on, Caleb noticed changes. His reflection in the glossy surface of the Timekeeper looked older, his face lined with age. He tried everything to break the cycle. Refusing to cheat, playing fair, even letting Eliza win. Nothing worked. Decades seemed to pass in the relentless loop. Caleb's once keen mind dulled, and his body felt weighed down with invisible years. Finally, in desperation, he reordered the cards so every good one would go to Eliza. He took the worst cards for himself. Eliza's turns were triumphant, while Caleb's were abysmal. For the first time, Caleb tasted the bitterness of true defeat. The Timekeeper, now icy cold, seemed to shudder in his hand as Eliza claimed victory. This time, the board didn't reset. Relieved, Caleb stood, but his knees buckled. He staggered to the hallway mirror. Staring back at him was not the boy who had started the game, but a frail, white-haired man with hollow eyes, an exact replica of the Timekeeper. As Caleb stared in horror, Eliza's voice called from the other room. "Caleb, are you coming? Let's play another round." And deep within the Timekeeper, his faint voice echoed, "One more game."